Hey, it's Nate Savage here with GuitarFam.com, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at an acoustic rhythm guitar arrangement for Jingle Bell Rock. I figured this would be really useful. I didn't see a lot of arrangements out there like this, and I figured it'd be useful when you go to Christmas parties or just want to play with your family and friends and all you have is an acoustic guitar. Before we get into this, if you want to play songs like this but you're struggling, or if you want to even be able to figure songs out like this by ear, go to GuitarFam.com and schedule a personal private one-on-one lesson with me. The first one is complimentary. I'll be looking forward to meeting you. Okay, as usual, we do have the jam tracks and tabs available for you on the Guitar Fam site, so go grab those. And if you want to learn the lead part to this song, I have another video on that that's coming out soon. That's the one you'll want to be looking for the intro and the little lead licks in between all the phrases. Now, I will say this, there's not much rhythm guitar happening in this song, so I just kind of came up with a part that would fit what's going on, because most of the harmony that you're hearing is vocals laying chords over the top, which is awesome. So what I did was I listened to the melody and I listened to the bass line and the vocals to get the chords that I think sound really good and fit with this and are really practical if you're playing, you know, when you want to play this for an open mic or for your family around the holidays. So this is a good arrangement, I think, for that type of thing when you're just strumming on an acoustic guitar.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun.
After the intro lead lick there, I just kind of match what the bass is doing to get into the strumming and just go open A on the and of one, and then third fret of the low E string, then second fret, low A string, then open. And those are just on 2, 3, 4. So 1 and 2, 3, 4. And I kind of cut all those short to fit the style there. Okay, we're in the key of D major. Normally I go through the chords first, but there are a lot of chords here, so we'll just hit them as we go. But let's just take it one little section at a time. Start with a strumming pattern. You can get away with one strumming pattern for this entire song, and it is a swung 8-note strumming pattern, just a straight swung 8-note strumming pattern. So something like this. And I'm accenting 2 and 4. So just start off by getting that swing down, not straight. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and but swung 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And we can do that, put the accents on the 2s and 4s, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And if you can do that, you might want to do some like 1, 2 and 3, 4, and that kind of a thing. But it starts off with this on a D chord for 2 beats, 1 and 2, and then I go to a D major 7 chord. I just bar the high E, B, and G strings, leaving the low E and A out for 2 beats, for beats 3 and 4. And then I play a D6 for the next 2 beats, 1 and 2 of the next measure. And that's just the second fret of the G and high E strings. The B string is open there. And on 3 and 4, I go back to just a normal open D chord. Okay, so that's kind of the first move you want to get down if those chords are new to you. So D, D major 7, D6, back to D. Okay, so just get that down, isolate it on its own. And then the next measure, you stay on that D for the first 2 beats. 1 and 2 and. Then you have a D sharp diminished 7. And if you never played that before, it's first fret of the D and B strings with your first and second fingers, and then your third and fourth fingers grab the second fret of the G and high E strings. And those are the only strings you play, the ones you're fretting. You leave the E and A strings out. And that's just for 2 beats. And this chord is movable, extremely movable. Every time you move it up 3 frets, it's the same chord. It's just an inversion of that chord. And okay, so that's just for 2 beats. And then next measure is E minor for 2 beats, just an open E minor. And then A7 for 2 beats for 3 and 4. And normally I play A7 like this probably, but since I'm already here with the E minor, I just pop these 2 fingers over to an A7 and lay the low E string out. So it's the second fret of the D and B strings. And that's just 2 beats there. So that's the first kind of phrase I would focus on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. The next, really the next 4 measures are just alternating between an E minor and an A7, just like we just played. So the next measure, do the same thing, E minor to A7 for 2 beats each. E minor, A7, again, E minor, A7. And here is where verses 1 and 2 differ a little bit. Here you're going to go to an E minor for a full measure, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then A7 for a full measure. And that is all of verse 1. Let me play that whole thing for you. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Jingle bell, jingle bell. Minor for a whole measure, A7 for a whole measure. Okay, so work on that, isolate it until you can play it all the way through, and then move on to the next section, which is We're in Luck. It's almost the exact same verse 2 as verse 1. The only thing that changes is at the very end, the amount of E minors to A7s you go through is a little bit different.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chime in jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing.
So play through verse 2, again, just as you normally would verse 1, D, D major 7, D6, D, D sharp diminished, E minor, A7, and then do E minor, A7 again, E minor, A7 again. Now instead of going a full measure of E minor and a full measure of A7 here, you do just 2 beats of each of those chords. So do E minor, A7 again with a split measure, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and the last measure of verse 2 to get us into what will be the next section of the song is just D for 2 beats and then a D7 for 2 beats. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so almost the exact same as verse 1. It's just the last 2 measures are just a quick E minor to A7, then a D, D7 for 2 beats each there. So let me play verse 2 for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. E minor, A7, E minor, A7, E minor, A7 again, E minor, A7, D, D7.
To go riding in a one-horse sleigh.
From there we get into what I call the pre-chorus of the song, and it starts off with 1 full measure of G major, just an open G, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And then you remember this shape for our D sharp diminished. We're going to use that same shape, but we're going to slide it up to where our pinky is on the 4th fret of the high E string, and that is a G sharp, and we're going to use this as a G sharp diminished 7th chord, fully diminished 7th chord for 1 full measure. So we need to take some time to get that one down. It's the same chord as the D sharp diminished 7, it's just moved up to where your pinky is on the 4th fret. So then we have D major for 2 measures. And I do a little kind of a bass line here too. You can stay on the D the whole time. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But I like to kind of match what the bass is doing and go open D, pinky on the 4th fret of the A string, back to the open D, 1st fret of the D, and then that gets me into the next chord in the next measure, which is the E7. But the counting on this is just 1 full measure of D strumming, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then your bass line comes in on the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, just quarter notes. And from there, you're going to go to an E7 in the next 2 measures, so 2 full measures full of E7. time is a swell time. And then on the 1 of the next measure, you have a short, just single strum on an A7. So after that A7, to go right and in on 1, you have the same walk down you did at the very beginning. So let me play this entire pre-chorus for you, just so you can see what it sounds like in context. 1, 2, 3. Oh, the bright time is the right time to rock the night. Jingle bell time is the swell time to go right and in on. Right, and that leads you back into what I would consider the chorus, or the third part of the C section of the song.
Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle around the clock, mix and a mingle in the jingling feet. That's the Jingle Bell Rock.
And that is, it starts off the same way as each verse. So you've already got this down. It changes here at the end of the third measure of the chorus. So D for 2 beats, D major 7, D6 for 2 beats, and back to D for 2 beats. And then for the next measure, you stay on that D, but you go 1 and 2 and 3. And on 3, I kind of cut it short. 1 and 2 and 3. And on 4, I go to a C7. And then the next full measure is just a B7 for the entire measure. So take that phrase as it comes, and I'll play the whole thing for you. The tricky part is 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1. It's a pretty quick change there, right? So let me play the first half of that chorus for you, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle. From there, I'm going to go from a G major to a G minor in the next 2 measures, most of the next 2 measures. I start off with this G major bar chord, E shape, for a full measure of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and mix and a mingle and a la, 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 G minor for almost a full measure. On the and of 4, I switch to a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I switch to a D sharp 9, only for a half beat, and I'm just really sliding into the 1 of the next measure. D sharp 9, sliding into E9 in the next measure. So, and 1 and 2 and just through beat 2, and 1 and 2 and then just so you know, let's go through that shape real quick. My third finger is barring the 3 strings on top, the high 3 strings. Index finger is grabbing the 5th fret of the D string, and my middle finger is grabbing the 6th fret of the A string, just for a moment. And you have to slide up 1 fret where the whole shape retains its shape, you know, but you're sliding up to where your 3rd finger is on the 7th fret. And this one takes, if you've never played this chord before, be patient with yourself. It takes some strength building and some muscle memory to get this to where you can retain it while sliding. So I would really recommend just isolating it and taking a couple minutes every day to get that shape down, number 1, and then getting to where you can slide it and retain the shape as you go. So, and 1 and 2, and from there I go to an A7, just this bar shape right here. For the rest of that measure, 3 and 4, and you can use this A7 too, doesn't matter. It's a bit of a jump there. That's why I'm using this bar chord there. You don't want to do bar chords, just do normal A7. From there, you just have a D for 2 beats, open D, then an A7 for 2 beats to turn you around into the next verse of the song. So let me play the entire chorus for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle. Okay, that's a lot going on if you're not used to these chords. Feel free to substitute, you know, more normal chords or open cowboy chords for any of these that you're having trouble with, or just attack head on and get these new chords down. From there we head into verse 3. It's exactly like verse 2. So D, D major 7, D6, D sharp diminished 7, E minor, A7, E minor, A7, E minor, A7, E minor, A7. Here comes a D to a D7. So nothing new there. Pre-chorus number 2, exactly like pre-chorus number 1. So G for a full measure, G sharp diminished 7, D, E7, 2 measures. This was well time. A7 stop.
Giddy up, jingle horns, pick up your feet, jingle around the cloud. Mix and a mingle in the jingling feet. That's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell rock.
From there, we get into the last chorus. It's almost the exact same. The ending is a little bit different. You add a tag to it. So start off the same D, D major 7, D6, D again, C7, B7, full measure. From there, G major, E major shape, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and G minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then you go to your D sharp 9, sliding into the E, to the A7. Then on the and of 4, so if you go and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, you go just do the same exact thing. D sharp 9, sliding into E to A7. And then do it one more time. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And from there you just have a D major chord for a full measure, just doing 8 notes, or you can kind of match what's going on with the rhythm. And on 3, mute to match what's going on with the rhythm too. And then on 4, just hit it one more time, let it ring out. So let me do that full last chorus for you. And really the only difference is you're doing that E9 to A7 3 times instead of 1. And then you end on that D. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. La, la, la. G, G minor. Tag it again. D. Okay, that's it for this one. I hope it helps you during this Christmas holiday when you're hanging out with your friends and family and Christmas parties and things like that. And if you're struggling to play songs like this, whether it's the chords, the strumming, fingerstyle, figuring songs out by ear, go to guitarfam.com and schedule that first private one-on-one lesson with me. The first one's complimentary. See you there.
Has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chiming, jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go gliding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle around the clock. Mix and a mingle in the jingling feet. That's the Jingle Bell Rock. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chiming, jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in the frosty air. What a bright time, it's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go gliding in a one-horse sleigh.